A local business lends a helping hand to the community. Nashoba Valley is about to get a whole lot more tasty. A local expert gives us some skiing tips, and Pat Lawrence is here with plenty of events to mark on your calendar. All this and more on this March 5th edition of the Groton Channel News. Groton is beginning the search for a new Council on Aging director after the news that the current director, Martha Campbell, will be stepping down 2 months earlier than scheduled. Martha was Council on Aging director for 11 years and has dedicated tireless hours to the program since 2002. Martha will be stepping down at the end of April instead of June 30th. If you weren't around Groton last Friday night, then you missed out on quite an event. Community Chiropractic held its 5th annual FOODraiser last Friday, the first to be held in the Richardson Mies Performing Arts Center at Lawrence Academy in Groton. The FOODraiser was held to help raise food for Loaves and Fishes, the local food pantry. Our own Gina Marini was there to catch the acts live on stage.
Community Chiropractic held its 5th annual FOODraiser. This event was held to help raise food for the local food pantry called Loaves and Fishes. The empty auditorium filled up fast with anxious kids and parents waiting for the night's act. The first act performing and the event's MC was Jim from the Gym Show.
Give yourselves a big, huge round of applause. This is amazing. Amazing amount of food. It's just great. I'm so happy to be here and be a part of this.
He started out with juggling 5 balls. His next trick involved 3 volunteers from the audience. The idea of the trick was to have each volunteer holding a pole and to spin a ball on each of the poles all at once. It took a few tries, but soon all 3 girls had a ball spinning on her pole. To everyone's surprise, there was a 3rd act featuring Daniel Furlani. He tried to make his cat come out of its box. He kept taking books out of a trunk to retrieve items which might make his cat come out. And then he discovered his cat was at the bottom of the box. The last act that came on was Alakazam, who is a contortionist. He began with putting his body through a squash racket and ended up tangled in a squash racket, tennis racket, and part of a toilet seat. The night ended with his finale, which consisted of him standing on a 12-foot pole and juggling 3 knives and spinning a double-edged sword on his nose. After the show, some of the kids who attended told me what they thought about the performances.
I thought he was gonna fall.
I thought it was kind of cool how he fat through the squash racket and then the tennis racket, and then he put the toilet seat on his head.
I think it was actually pretty cool to see him juggling the knives and spinning that giant sword thing.
When the event was over, all the donated food was loaded into several cars and driven to Loaves and Fishes. More than 12,000 pounds of food was collected, and it took 5 cars to bring the food to Loaves and Fishes. If you missed the event but would still like to donate, Loaves and Fishes is always accepting donations. I'm Gina Marini for the Groton Channel News.
On March 19th, the 12th annual Taste of Nashoba Valley will be coming to the Lawrence Academy Stone Athletic Center. Over 30 vendors, including Bliss Bakery, Gibbet Hill Grill, and last year's winners for Best Entree, Nashoba Valley Technical High School, will be in attendance. Tickets are available for $21. If you haven't been to the event before, then you're in luck. Last year, the Groton Channel's own Bob Coleman was there for the event, and we thought it would be a good idea to re-air the segment to prime your taste buds.
Last Tuesday night, a crowd gathered at Lawrence Academy to enjoy many different appetizers, entrees, drinks, and desserts in an event which raises money for the Chamber of Commerce and the Richard Fletcher Scholarship, the Taste of Nashoba.
This is the 11th anniversary of our Taste of Nashoba. The event is sponsored by the Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, Devon's Commons Center, and the Hilton Garden Inn, all on Devon's. And this year we have 34 vendors from all around the Nashoba Valley region. We have several of the fantastic Groton restaurants that are participating here this evening.
This is ever since they've been running this event, we've been a participant. We're hoping to win this year with our appetizer, which is the Springdale Farms pork loin with roasted beets and fresh horseradish cream. And the pork loin comes from Springdale Farms. We do a lot of business with local farms in the area.
Bob here, the owner of the Main Street Cafe. This is Kathy. And this is our third year at the Taste of Nashoba, and every year it's always a wonderful thing to do. We believe in getting together with other folks and get to know them a little better, what kind of businesses that they offer. And of course, we see a lot of our regular customers that are coming to our table, or our regular customers in the cafes. That's always nice to talk up things. So we enjoy being here every year.
Hi, I'm Rick Kendall with Rivercourt Residences, and this is the second year we've been here at the Taste of Nashoba. We brought some New England clam chowder and some homemade cookies, chocolate chip, peanut butter, and peanut butter white chocolate chip.
Well, this is our second year here at the Taste of Nashoba. We love being here in Groton. I'm a Groton-based bakery, licensed residential bakery right now, and hoping to open up a retail shop in town this upcoming year. And I've done the farmers markets for the past couple of years. People might know me as Yaterman Bakery. We changed our name to Bliss Bakery this past year.
I'm Chef Karen from Groton Wellness Bistro. This is our second year with me as the lead in the kitchen. And we have our chocolate dip, gluten-free Congo bars, Hungarian mushroom soup, and the Dirty Monkey smoothie, which is a big hit with the kids in our facility.
We also talked to some other participants, including happy patrons and former competition winners.
What are your favorite places?
Nashoba Valley Medical Center, Bailey's, To Die For Dips.
The Tiki Bar.
Okay.
They have the best margaritas.
Okay.
Devon's Grill.
Devon's Grill, Main Street. I like them all.
Street Cafe.
We've done this is our second year. We won the first year for best food, best dessert. We're hoping to do that again this year. We'll bring in a little taste of everything that we make in a small bite-sized version so you can try it all.
We've been here every year. I think this is our 13th year. We come every year. It's a lot of fun. We get to meet a lot of people and see a lot of old friends.
A lot of fun. I like the band. I've been very impressed with the pork tenderloin at the Nashoba Tack. I think that it rates as the highest on my my list of entrees. I like the granola. I'm not sure what category that goes in.
We're actually Bailey's Bar and Grill. We're from Townsend, Massachusetts. We are located at 18 Main Street, right in the Hannaford parking lot at Harbor Village Plaza. Our involvement here tonight, we're having two things. We entered a drink, which is our spring water, which we infuse the vodka right at the bar, strawberry vodka infused with citrus, low-calorie, refreshing drink, so delicious. Then we have as our entree the Bailey's Braised Beef Wellington, which is made all in-house. This is our third year, and we're hoping for a double win.
The winners for this year's competition were announced at the end of the night. For Best Appetizer, the Shriver Job Corps Center. For Best Beverage, the Tiki Bar from the Nashoba Valley ski area.
Third year that we did this, Matt actually came up with the drink, the pineapple pomegranate margarita. Wonderful drink. It's nice and cool. I mean, you know how warm it is outside.
Yeah, it's perfect for the summer. Quite refreshing.
We open our Sunset Tiki Bar and Grill May 31st. Being the third year, we kind of knew what we were doing. We got to know we have to do the setup nice, and we got to do a nice beverage, and we got to do some good food, and there's some
great, the Tiki Bar.
Yeah, there's some great competition, and everyone does a great job.
For the second year in a row, Best Dessert and Best Presentation went to Auntie Ellen's Creative Confections. And this year's winner for Best Entree was the Nashoba Valley Technical School.
So outside we have an 8-foot grill that the Chef McGuire and his staff was outside cooking the pork tenderloins. So we can bring them in here nice and fresh, and then we put our sauce on them right away.
Well, you know, a lot of work went into the sauce. It was some figs, some chopped up apples. We reduced a bunch of port wine down. We slowly mixed in butter until it was like perfect consistency. And I thought it complemented our pork really well.
Chef Zencraft was in charge of plating up all this stuff. He did a great job expediting it all out. So again, we walk away with our 4th time winning Best Entree.
It was a lot of work because there was a lot of people, but it was worth it.
This is Bob Coleman for the Groton Channel News.
As we see all the snow around us melting, there seems to be more snow on the way later this week. As of right now, we should start to see the snow on Thursday and maybe into Friday. There is no definitive prediction of how much snow we should get, but it may turn out to be one of the last good weekends to break out your skis or snowboard and hit the slopes. Before you hit the trails, Olympian Pam Fletcher from the Nashoba Valley ski area down the road from Groton has some ski tips to keep you safe and still have fun.
You arrive at the mountain, you're ready to ski and ride, but first it's a good idea to pay attention to the Skiers and Snowboarders Responsibility Code. Ski or ride in control. Be aware, ski with care. People ahead of you have the right of way. Look down the mountain when you are skiing and riding for your own safety. Whenever starting downhill or merging, look uphill and yield to oncoming skiers and riders. Use devices to help prevent runaway equipment, safety straps, or brakes. Observe all warning signs and keep off closed trails. Know how to use the lift safely. Finally, always stop in a safe place, preferably on the side of a trail where other skiers and riders can see you. Never stop on the backside of a transition, trail, or a jump. Remember, the mountain is your playground. Ski safe and have fun. Many people think the secret to great skiing lies in the legs, but they're wrong. The upper body is a critical part to your skiing performance. One of the drills that I like to suggest is taking your poles and putting them out and in front of you and reaching down the mountain, trying to engage in the fall line. This is going to keep you good and solid and stable as you're skiing. When we do this drill, we try not to tip the tray or twist from side to side, because when we do this, we lose good pressure on the downhill ski. Ready? Watch. At a slow speed in a wide stance with your poles out in front of you, try to force the tray down the slope. Try not to tip the tray or swing the tray from side to side. That will lose weight from the downhill ski from the turning ski. The whole idea of this drill is to instill good upper body discipline and get your hands out and in front of you. Remember, ski safe and have fun.
If going skiing on some fresh powder isn't your thing, there are still plenty of outdoor and indoor activities going on around town, including going to a jungle in Groton. Pat Lawrence is here to fill you in on all the details of this week's events with her community calendar.
Hi, I'm Pat Lawrence with your community calendar of what's going on in and around Groton this week. On Friday, March 8th, it's back. After being rescheduled due to the blizzard, First Parish Church of Groton will hold its coffee house at 8 p.m. Performers include Zimmergy, Lizards in the Hayloft, and the Powder House Gang, which includes everything from blues to bluegrass to barbershop. Admission is $15 and refreshments and wine will be available. Proceeds benefit music programs at First Parish. Also at 8 p.m. on Friday, the Groton Grange at 80 Champney Street will present an evening of Celtic songs to support Loaves and Fishes Regional Food Pantry. Admission is $20, $15 for Grange members. Reservations are recommended, so call 449-9787. For more info, visit grotongrange.com. On Saturday, March 9th, it's an NRWA Science Saturday for 7 to 11-year-olds with the science of maple sugaring from 1 to 2:30 p.m. at the NRWA River Resource Center at 592 Main Street. Young scientists will learn about maple tree bud structure, drill a tree, collect sap, and finish the day with a maple snack. Science Saturday costs $25. To pre-register, contact Mary Morrow at 448-0299 or email Mary M. at NashvilleRiverWatershed.org. Indian Hill Music presents a chamber trio playing works by Schumann, Martin, and Dvorak at 8 p.m. at the Kaleidoscope Gallery at 264 Main Street. Tickets are $32 for adults, $15 for students, and include a post-concert wine and cheese reception with the artists. Learn more at 486-9524, extension 116, or indianhillmusic.org. The Groton Dunstable Education Foundation hosts the last of its winter series of trivia nights at the Main Street Cafe. Doors open at 6 p.m. with a great menu and BYOB with your food purchase. Trivia kicks off at 7 p.m. with great prizes. Admission is $10 at the door, with proceeds helping to fund GDEF enrichment grants to Groton Dunstable schools. For more info, visit gdefinc.org. On Sunday, March 10th, it's an NRWA intermediate tracking workshop with fast tracks, slow tracks, searching for clues to winter wildlife in our forests, fields, and streams. That's from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Williams Barn Conservation Property. This workshop is designed for adults and children ages 12 and up with an activity level of moderate, mostly off-trail hiking or snowshoeing. Bring your own snowshoes. For info on fees and registration, contact Stacy Chilcote at 448-0299 or email stacyc@naturalriverwatershed.org. And from 2 to 3:30 p.m., you can take in a lecture on Literature from India in Sibley Hall at the Groton Public Library. See gpl.org for details. And Indian Hill Music School presents a free concert by members of its guitar faculty at 3 p.m. at the school at 36 King Street in Littleton. Learn more by calling 486-9524 or at indianhillmusic.org. In the local live music scene, the Main Street Cafe has Elizabeth Laurie this week. See mainstreetcafegroton.com for more info. And the Bull Run has Wishbone Ash, the Scatolites, and an early St. Pat's celebration with Seamus Kennedy. For details, check out bullrunrestaurant.com. In the local theater scene, The Jungle Book will be performed by Florence Roach Elementary 3rd and 4th graders March 8th and 9th at 7 p.m. and March 10th at 2 p.m. at Groton Dunstable Regional Middle School Performing Arts Center. Tickets are $12 for adults and $8 for students and seniors at the door. For info, contact Wendy Flaherty at wflahertybsp@yahoo.com. Lots going on, so get out and grab some Life Groton. Back to you, Larry.
Thanks, Pat. Well, that ends this week's show. We will be back with a brand new episode on Tuesday, March 12th at 6:30 p.m. As always, if you have any comments or suggestions, please email us at info@thegrotonchannel.org. Thank you for watching. I'm Larry Lichtig. Good night.